Configuring Playwright. Prerequisites. Make sure Node.js and npm are installed. You can download them from the Node.js official website. Installation command. Run npm init playwright latest in your project directory. This will install Playwright and the testing library. Additional dependencies. Playwright will automatically download necessary browser binaries from Chromium, Firefox and WebKit. This is done during the installation process. Configuration file. Creating a Playwright config.js file in the root of your project. This field is where you define global settings for Playwright. Base URL setup. Set up the base URL property to point to your Magento store URLs. This simplifies test script creation by using relative URLs. So now within our Magento project, let's create the end-to-end test folder where we will install the Playwright and also where we will place the tests. So let's go inside the end-to-end test folder and check which node version and npm version we are using. And by the official documentation of Playwright, let's check the npm init playwright latest command, and with this command you can install the Playwright. So we would like to use JavaScript for the Playwright and also the tests folder. We are not using here the GitHub first. And after that the Playwright is installing. So every related node modules is downloaded within this folder, and also we have the test folder with one example test. And we have also the package.json with the node module list, and also the log file is created, and the Playwright config.js file where you can add different configuration for your Playwright. So now let's switch to Playwright config.js where we can add our base URL, and after that we can use this relative URL within our upcoming Playwright tests. So you can remove this comment and add the Magento test as a base URL. Understanding Playwright configuration. In the previous section, we already updated the base URL in the Playwright configuration file. Now I would like to walk you through the default settings in this configuration file and explain what each one does. So let's start with the Playwright config.js file. You can organize your test with the test dir. It's also located in this configuration file, and this is set as default by the tests folder. You can here specify the directory where Playwright looks for the test file and keeps all your tests organized in a single location, making it easier to manage and maintain your test suites. You can run also tests in a parallel mode, fully parallel. Enables parallel test execution across multiple files. You can here utilize multiple processors to significantly speed up the testing process. This settings is particularly useful in a large test suites. Ensuring comprehensive test runs with the 4-bit only configuration. Ensure no test is left with the only marker. Prevents incountable test run, especially in the CI environments. Fails the build if only marker is detected. Handling test failures, retries configuration. Configures the number of the retries for failed test. For the CI configuration, retry is up to 2 times with the retries 2 settings. For the local configuration, no retries locally, retry is set to 0. You have here the benefit that increases reliability in the CI environment, assuming stability locally. Managing test resources, the workers. Limits the number of parallel workers. For the CI configuration, you should limit this to 1 workers to reduce resource contentions, worker set to 1. Local configuration uses the default based on the CPU scores. Is it set as a default? Benefits. Minimize flaky test due to resource constraints. Reporting test results. You have here the possibility after each test execution that Playwright will create you the report. Set the test reporter to HTML. This is also the default settings. Benefit. Generates a comprehensive HTML report with the detailed insights into the test results. And here you can have the team quickly analyze test outcomes. Simplifying test script with the base URL. In the previous section, we already set the base URL. With this, you can define the base URL for the different test actions. And with this, you can allow to use the relative URL for the different tests. Diagnosing issues, the traces. Collects a trace when a test fails on its first retry. Provides a detailed log, making it easier to diagnose and fix issues. For the use cases, particularly useful for debugging complex test failures. Cross-browser settings, the projects. Allows configuration and testing across different browser environments like Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. With this, you can enable cross-browser testing with specifying settings for each browser. Ensure your application behaves consistently across all major browsers, also for the desktop and mobile devices. And we have also optional web service configuration, the web server option. Defines a command to launch a local development server before running test. Is it set default with the npm run start? And also you have here the benefit that your application is up and running before testing. Note, currently commented out, indicating it's optional.